All right, welcome to another video from the chart reader. So today we will review the major markets for the upcoming week. We will use a combination of the ETFs as well as the major markets themselves. So what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We will use our, sorry, they're down here, our 5 moving averages. We will look at the daily and the weekly. There's none on the screen, but I will make some horizontal support and resistance lines, and then we'll wind it out with the MACD and the RSI. Again, 80% of the work is up here. The MACD and the RSI is that last 20%, just kind of the confirmation when needed. So what's happening with QQQ? Look, the last time we made the video was on the 20th, so it was the weekend before the 21st. I really was hoping we were going to bounce on the 8 and kind of make another attempt up, right? We obviously lost the 8 on Monday, but hey, I actually had a pretty decent Tuesday and Thursday. The really funny thing is I said no to this, but someone in the comments said yes to this. So big shout out right there. I definitely was wrong there. That was a good call on your side. Nonetheless, I don't like how today ended, right? So 50% candle is about right here, right? I always say you got to do at least better than 50%. And look, we're kind of at 25% at best, right? Trust me when I say 1, 2, 3 days over the 8, I do get that, right? But I actually think we're moving a little more horizontally across this cluster of 4 than we're really doing anything spectacular, right? And look, even if you want to say we're riding the 8 is pretty much horizontal itself, right? So definitely want to make a bigger break. And look, on this day, oh, it did. Okay, I was curious if we were able to get higher than this day. We did, which you can see, but unfortunately the day after didn't, right? It would have been beautiful if we broke this and then went for the 100 again. That would have been a really good 1-2 actually. So kind of disappointing how today went on QQQ. Again, I'm still kind of calling this a little more horizontal, but 3 days over the 8 is definitely a good thing, right? I'll at least take that. Being above 50% candle is pretty important. Being as low as 25, I'm not liking that too much. I will say that. RSI never got. Oh, it actually did. It was at 75-ish. 73. Okay, so it was relatively high-ish, but yeah, never a real reason to cool down. Yeah, overall, I think that's about it here on QQQ. Let me look at the weekly. Oh, real interesting weekly, though, okay? This actually did shape up to be a good weekly, so let's talk about this, right? Right here, we have a monster break of both the 200 and the 8, okay? Followed by a doji, which is, again, not confirmation. However, we did better than the doji. I wish we got as high as here. Trust me, I really do. But I'm really happy that we at least got over the open of the doji, right? So that is a good weekly. It didn't golden cross, but it looks like the 8 wants to go above. That's a good thing, especially when it happens on the weekly. And hey, I kind of see a little bit of green up, so maybe this is a good weekly. Hopefully next week opens up well. Hopefully we actually are just staying on the 8. Ooh, excuse me, and we go up to the 100 on QQQ. Let's take a look at its counterpart, the actual NASDAQ itself. Wow, almost identical, actually. Almost completely identical. Again, runs up to the 100, comes down, not quite to the cluster, but makes its way up. This never got over that. So let me say that one more time. I did that poorly. On QQQ, we were able to get over the high of 1111. Remember, that ended up as a little bit around here, give or take, right? NASDAQ actually did not get over the high of 1111 and still had this. This did a little closer to 50% candle, though. I would say that much. However, this one did not have the 3-day over the 8. So this was under. This was over. This is a doji that doesn't count as your second day over. So actually a couple important differences between this and QQQ. So one more time. QQQ broke the high on the 11th. QQQ has been over the 8 3 days in a row. And then this one was a lot lower comparatively to 50%, right? NASDAQ, our comp Q, did not get over the high of the 11, has not been over 3 days in a row. And again, it's been 2 days, but this is not a confirmed 2-day. So couple important differences on the daily, actually. This, though, okay, no, that's not, that's my red line. Sorry about that. Not quite over the 200, not quite in that golden cross move just yet. Again, a couple important differences on the weekly as well, right? So this is over the 200. This is showing signs of a golden cross. This is kind of trying to make its way to the 20, right? Again, under the 200, over the 8 still, has a ways to go before getting to the 20, right? So really important differences that, I mean, I'll be honest, do I know what they really mean? I don't think so. Do I know they're important enough for me to kind of talk in my high voice and wonder while I'm speaking? Yeah, I think so. So just keep all that in mind and see how it plays out, right? So again, though, the weeklies looked okay. I'm just going to say this one real quick. I don't like that we couldn't get over the 200 on the weekly, because as confident as I was on QQQ, because I was confident, I'll be honest, right? This is a number of weeks over the 8, a number of weeks over the 200, a really good comparative here, gave me a reason to believe, hey, we might be coming to the 20. This right here isn't as hopeful. Yeah, we did do better than last week. I get that. But neither was over the 200. And the 200 is not easy to get over. Not only that, once it gets over, the 20 is right behind it. So there's a little bit of room for confirmation and all that, right? So I'm liking that the 8 is curving up, and we are hopefully riding the 8 up on the weekly. But this is really important. We're going to have to break 11.3. What's the 200 at? Yeah, 11.2 something. We have to break 11.3 by next Friday. That's for sure. So, real interesting, actually. So let's start with the XPX. No, let's start with the SPY, and then we'll get to the XPX. Oh, look at this. SPY looking real nice, actually. Breaks the high on the 11th. Beautiful. After it breaks the high of the 11th, it actually gets another 2 days up. I love it. That's really nice, actually. It's been a real good 3 days. Look, RSI is not it's not too high, right? This is the low 70s. There's still room to go before even getting to 75 and starting to get a little bit worried, right? Let alone 80. This is a nice SPY chart. Again, another golden cross. Hasn't happened yet, but it looks like the 20 wants to break above the 100, right? So that is a positive thing if it ends up happening. Again, SPY, very bullish week, right? So we break the 20. Doji is confirmation. This does not count. This is real nice. Not only do we destroy the doji, we actually get over the high of that right there, right? So at this point, it actually seems like we'll be making our way up to this 415 number, if not, trying to hit 420. So that looks really good. What number is this? Maybe this 406. Maybe 406 will be a little bit of a wall, but again, I'm actually liking this. Do I have any lines? Let's make some lines. Okay, let's actually make some lines. So again, we just talked about this 406. I will draw that. I don't think I need to draw these because, yeah, look, this is literally the 50. That's also there. I guess, let's draw this one. Yeah, I think that's good for now. So we got 2 lines up, 2 lines down, a bunch of moving averages in between. I like that for SPY. SPY, though, looking really good. Looking really good. Let's look at SPX, so SPX is the same thing as that, okay? So you'll see the exact same standard 500 US indices. So, and again, that takes me to that. So I just learned that. Beautiful. This looks exactly the same. No weird anomalies like we saw with QQQ and NASDAQ. Again, real bullish. This makes me believe this wants to come to the 50 and the 100. I'm liking the SP-500, actually. Hey, look for SP-500 stocks is what I would do. Okay, you go in, what are the top SP-500 stocks? You do your same analysis with those, and honestly, those might have great weeks. That is your trading tip. Obviously, this is not financial advice, but if I was to say, you know, maybe a good strategy, I would say it's that actually. SP-500 looks good, and that's how you use these market analyses. I don't know which one it is, but that's how you use this to that like next level, right? Don't just know what's looking good so that your stocks look good. Know which the best market is, see what the top stocks in that market is, and, you know, see if those are worth your money, right? So we just did the SPY. I'm going to do the IWM, the Russell. Boom. Russell. Okay, interesting. I swear, the Russell and the SP-500 keep going back and forth of who wants to be the best. Right now, honestly, I think, you know, the one thing I need to do, so I'm going to go back to the SPY. Where's the 200 in comparison? Okay, I needed to zoom out. As happy as this looked, I think I needed to zoom out. The fact that I didn't zoom out is actually pretty amateurish. So look, we have not broken the 200 yet in a long time. And we are pennies from it, right? So that's a little concerning, actually. Is that the same thing for SPX? It is. Wildly hilarious. So, again, that might be a huge resistance. All that positivity I just said, I'm going to have to take back just a little bit because this is going to be huge. And look, I'm going to show it on the drawings. Let's go to our drawings real quick. This from January down, right? So we're going to take this green candle from January. We're going to hit that one right there. Okay, so even breaking the 200 actually doesn't break the downtrend here. So that does make it a little easier. Where does this next one go from there to this? So that's at least a little. So for that next one, I took the peak of here and then I drew it to here because that was the next high hit. So this will at least get us over this thing. But again, still a ways to go before the overall downtrend. Again, though, we have not broken this 200 definitively in quite a while. This was really the last time right here back in March. So keep that in mind, and still good advice on the index stuff. Like I said, unfortunately, the S&P 500 isn't quite as bullish as I thought it was. So IWM, and I'm really glad I went to IWM afterwards because, again, those two are close to each other. And really, after everything I just said, I now think IWM is a little bit better, right? Because we actually broke the 200 after today. So very, very, very minor day, but pretty major day, actually. So 3 days over the 8. 1 day over the 200. Look, if we can get good confirmation, if we can get over this right here, if we can get over 187 basically, right? 8 cents over that, that could be really bullish for the IWM. Russell definitely has a real nice RSI right here. Yeah, I'm liking this. I actually am. This is a lot better than the Dow Jones, wow, I'm getting real confused. I'm sorry, than the S&P 500. I just made another video before this, so I'm talking too much. But look, couldn't break the 200, couldn't break the 200. I like when the attempts get a little tighter and closer. Couldn't break the 200, hopefully can, right? That's what we hope. But Monday's going to be real important here. That's a nice weekly. It is, right? We're over a bunch of lines. It looks like the 8 wants to start going up. I like this. That's a good weekly. Again, how long will it sustain? I think a lot of that will have to do with if we can get over the 50 on this weekly. But overall, I'm feeling pretty confident here going into next week, actually. So, nice. And then the DIA. Look at this thing. It just keeps riding the 8. It's a crazy, crazy thing. And look, again, this is the power of the 8, right? While all these people are still unsure if there's a crash coming and all that noise, look, all we do is we watch the 8. Definitely a little bit of a scare right here. Did this nice little move and it came up well. It really did, right? So gotta love it. It's funny because Monday didn't start as strong as I expected. I really thought Monday was going to kind of be the telling day, but it actually really ended up not being it. It really was Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday was good for all the markets. Thursday was obviously off. Friday was a little bit mixed bag, right? But obviously, I would say 3 of the 4 did well, right? Let me go to the DJ30, and then we'll just end it on a quick walk through backwards. But again, same exact chart. I'm loving this thing. We're over all 5. I'm loving that. RSI is definitely a little high. I'm not going to pretend it's not, but we've got a nice little distance. Hopefully we do what we did here, right? We're a little high, we come back down, cool off, go on the 8, and then work our way, right? So nice little run. Maybe we come back to the 8 on this on Monday, Tuesday, whatever it is, and then make another bounce. So DJ looking good. Look at this thing. Breaks the 100. Doji doesn't count. Beautiful. And we're near our golden lines of trading. I love it because after that, it's just, oh my goodness. I love it. 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 Good, good, good. We're getting close to our golden lines of trading. My big kitty just made a little sneeze. That's a good thing. That's, sneezing on something is good luck. So DJ 30, again, looking real good. SPX, which is the Standard & Poor's, again, looked good, right? The NASDAQ, this one, I just wish it looked a little better on today. I'll be honest. I wish this also did the up here. Nonetheless, look, over, just a little bit of a doji. Hopefully we get a good Monday here. But overall, there's more positivity than negativity. It's just really a matter of getting the NASDAQ a little higher up because really this thing is still a little closer to the death line than the 200, right? So this 100 line is almost the midpoint perfectly between them. So I think a lot has to do with, can this thing get over the 100 or is it just going to get rejected and go down? But again, the rest are relatively at or over the 200, right? But they all need to do the same thing. That's what matters most, right? While this was down here in the death zone, the others weren't, and it didn't get that bad. While the other ones are up here and this one's down here, it'll be good for some things, but it's not going to be the just throw a dart on the board and get a 20% banger, right? So things will be great when they're all up. Things will be bad when they're all below. It'll just be mixed trading while they're kind of mixed as they are right now, even at this 3-to-1 thing, right? So you need 4-0. I hope you're learning. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.